So
no, I want to talk to you about something very quickly.
I can't let you get past that. Are you saying a baby is a disease or a tumor?
A parasite is not a disease and a tumor. Those are not the same thing. A parasite is defined as something that cannot survive outside of its host. A baby, before it is viable, cannot survive outside of a woman's womb.
Got it. So let's extrapolate that.
It is not a living organism.
What it is, what it ain't, it's your boy Carlton with another video for anything, everything, where I talk about anything I want and everything that comes to my mind. And as you can see, I got my nice blanket on because this house is freezing, but this is how I like it. So right now we're watching a video about one conservative guy, Charlie Kirk, surrounded by 25 liberal college students. Now, honestly, I don't really like watching things like this because it's a lot of like brain rot material. But I did see a few clips where they, some people actually said some pretty decent arguments. Surprise, right? But yeah, some pretty decent arguments. And I wanted to, get into it, watch a little bit more about it, and obviously react to it while I watch it. This is my first time watching it, so we're going to be watching it for the first time together. Or if you already watched it before, you can let me know, any points you agree or disagree while watching the video. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
My first prompt is, abortion is murder and should be illegal.
Damn.
Can I maybe go?
That's funny.
Okay, hello, what's your name?
Juliana.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
you. Can we get our terms right first?
Yeah.
Okay, abortion is the forcible ending of the viability of a being in utero, otherwise known as a fetus. Do we agree that's what abortion is?
I love that. I love that. Yo, one thing that you realize when it comes to a lot of these stupid arguments that America loves to have is no one really knows the terms for the things that they're speaking about, right? So for example, when you bring up something as simple as a woman, when you talk about abortion, when you talk about any other word, right, you'll see that there's a lot of disconnect because a lot of people don't have the same definition, even though there's one definition. And I love how he started it out by laying a foundation. Okay, this is the definition of abortion. Do you agree? And I'm pretty sure she's gonna switch it up, but let's see.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, great.
Oh,
and then murder is the intentional taking of life, different than killing or sudden death. So murder would be the intent taking another life. Do we agree with that?
Okay.
Okay, and then we agree that murder in general in society should be illegal.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So yeah, no, I do want to preface that I'm a Catholic. Okay. So I think one really important thing that the Bible says is to not judge. And just going back to the topic, I think there's a big difference between, cells in utero than a living, breathing, existing being. And while I do believe it's murder, and that's just my personal belief, right? I don't believe in telling people what to do with their bodies. That's not up to me, and it's not up to us as well as Christians to judge.
Should we prevent murder in society?
For sure, yeah.
It should be illegal.
But I think that it's really different, right? Because, these people aren't.
I ain't gonna lie, there's some haters. Even though she wasn't gonna really give a good argument, it's like, I think the simple fact that she had some sort of agreeing and knowing that abortion is murder, her whole foundation is that we shouldn't judge, and they don't want to hear that abortion is murder, period. They don't want to hear that. But the whole we shouldn't judge is very weak, because you can literally say that for any other human rights violation, right? So it's like, okay, I'm gonna own slaves and that person isn't gonna own slave. You're against slavery, but I'm not gonna, you're not gonna judge me, right? Even though you're against it. Like, no, bro, we're not only called to not judge, we're also to fight for the weak and the indefensible. So that whole no judging thing is mud. And not only that, the Bible doesn't call us not to judge. The Bible calls us not to judge hypocritically. The Bible tells us to judge righteously. So yes, it is a righteous judgment when I tell you that you shouldn't be taking the lives of the unborn.
Sorry, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Whew, she moving quick. Lily, you see her face.
Naima.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, can I just ask, at how many weeks do you think that a fetus is viable?
Well, viability and moral worth are two different things.
No, but I'm asking you, at how many weeks do you think a fetus is viable?
Well, at about 20 weeks, a baby can survive outside of utero.
So it's actually 24 to 26
Well, it's
weeks?
20. The youngest ever in a NICU unit actually happened in San Diego, not far from here, and survived at 20 weeks.
Okay, so under Roe v. Wade, 93% of abortions happened in the first 13 weeks of pregnancy. That's 93% of the abortions happened well before a fetus is technically viable as a form of life.
Let's go into viability. So what is it about, let's say, a 6-week baby that has a heartbeat, its own DNA, fingerprint, brain waves, that is less moral worth than an 88-year-old right now with dementia in a home down the street? That person requires assistance, requires help. Why is it that the 6-week baby is of less moral worth?
Well, first of all, it's not a baby, it's a fetus.
Well, what does fetus mean?
A fetus is in utero.
What does it
Mean
mean?
in Latin.
What the I'm sorry, is this
It means little human being.
Ooh, his smile is very creepy. Okay,
Smiling is creepy.
no, your smile specifically.
Got it.
But let's go back to,
So-
we're losing track here.
No, but is it what species is the fetus?
The fetus is not a species yet. It's technically classified as a parasite
You see,
until
this
it's
is
viable.
this is what I'm talking about. It's like this is what I don't watch. This is why I don't like watching stuff like this. Like, okay, all right. What I'm gonna try to do is, especially when it comes to my content, is I'm gonna try to like refrain from videos like this because my brain can't take it. Like this level of stupidity, my brain can't take it. Like I literally feel like I'm getting dumber watching this stuff. And it's like, Lord have, don't get me wrong, I'm all for discourse, I'm all for conversation, but it's like, where are the people that, you know, essentially proclaims to be smart, that, you know, want to defend this type of things? Like, come on, bro.
So
No, I wanna talk to you about something very
I
quickly.
can't let you get past that. Are you
I'm
saying
sorry.
you're saying a baby is a disease or a tumor?
A parasite is not a disease and a tumor. Those are not the same thing. A parasite
parasites.
is defined as something that cannot survive outside of its host. A baby, before it is viable, cannot survive outside of a woman's womb.
Got it. So let's
Therefore,
extrapolate that.
It is not a living organism.
Are old people with Alzheimer's and dementia that are being assisted every day, are they parasites?
No, they're not parasites. They're human beings who are on the brink of death.
Got it. So
They're not going to be able to survive.
4-month-old that requires mom's breast milk and requires daily changes and feedings cannot survive without its own. Is my 4-month-old a parasite?
Your baby can breathe on its own. Your baby can drink water from its mouth to its stomach.
But it cannot.
Your baby
can
can
it
eat
hunt?
food.
Can it gather? Can it reason?
But that's not what qualifies something as being
okay,
a
so
living organism.
let's
Being
get
a living
back to
organism
terms.
simply
Yeah, they need to
means, can you
get this girl out.
survive outside of a womb, outside of your host?
Got it. So I just want to make sure I'm clear. Why does that then equate to moral viability?
It equates to scientific viability.
Why? Under what standard?
Because it is not alive, and you are advocating for the rights of something that is not technically a life,
Got it. So what is it something
while
that has
sacrificing the needs of the human woman who is alive.
Got it. So, but a mom can survive
Yes.
without the baby in her,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yes.
The baby cannot survive without the mom.
Yes.
But a mom cannot survive without her lungs. So it's not her body, it's in her body. It's not
Yeah,
her
I
DNA,
know.
so it's not her choice. So it's
It actually is directly her DNA.
Yes, get her out.
it's
It is 100%. It's
Get her out.
DNA.
Get her out. Move. God.
he's gonna win, I'm telling you. This could take a while.
Okay, first of all,
Do we have our terms correct? We agree?
Actually, no. So first of
Okay,
all,
got
I
it.
would like to refine our terms. I
Got
have
it.
2 points to bring up after that, though. So you define murder as like intentionally like killing a human being.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a very poor way to define murder, because if someone were to like break into my home and point a gun at the heads of me and everybody I love, and I intentionally kill them to prevent them from killing my family, I don't think I murdered them, right? So I would define murder as the
Murder is still the intentional killing of a human being. The only thing that you should add into it is malice and or forethought. So in the way of self-defense, you didn't murder someone, you killed them.
unjustified termination of a human life.
You're making a good point. Let me further clarify that. So self-defense is
Right.
very warranted.
Exactly, right?
But I can see where you're going to go with how that has to go with abortion, but We can go down that journey in a second.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I kind of do want to give you my argument insofar as why I'm pro-choice, why I think it's justified. But first, I think that, your position is quite absurd, right? Because you're saying that it is murder to kill a human being, right, at any point in development, especially when it's in the mother's womb. My question to you would be, well, does this make women with IUDs murderers? Because it is the case that in some scenarios, an IUD will allow for conception to occur, meaning there's a unique human life there, but it will prevent its implantation, intentionally killing it.
Well, no, preventing implantation is not necessarily the same thing as terminating a fertilized egg. For example, if you take Plan B, again, it's not the same thing. Preventing the production of progesterone is not the same thing as terminating a being that has been fertilized. You do not know for a fact that the egg has been fertilized. You do not know that when you have an IUD.
Okay, yeah, so preventing fertilization or implantation to the uterine lining is killing a conceived zygote. So what happens? A sperm goes into the egg, right? The egg becomes fertilized. It's a conceived zygote. In some cases, it will prevent the implantation of the conceived zygote, killing the conceived zygote.
In some cases, correct.
So what do you say in some cases women with IUDs are murderers?
Of course not, they're not murderers. We do not know for a case. That's like saying that
So what's the difference between an IUD killing a conceived zygote and like a mother going to Planned Parenthood and killing the fetus in her womb?
Well, so you're asking two separate things. If they knew for certain, to be more clear, that I have a fertilized egg and I'm going to take a drug to prevent that fertilized egg from attaching to their uterine wall, then yes, that is an act of killing or murder, of course.
Okay, so do you think all murderers should go to jail?
Do I think all murderers should go to jail? Do I think that is an act of killing or murder, of course.
Okay, so do you think all murderers should go to jail?
Do I think all murderers should go to jail?
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah, I should go to jail. Here's what I would say. When it comes to the topic of things like abortion or any human right violation, you need to have extreme punishment so that things can go to normal, right? So obviously someone, having an abortion at 3 weeks or 6 weeks is obviously different than someone having an abortion at 7, 8, 9 months. Obviously, it's still the same result. It's ending a life. But what I'm saying is, in a secular world, secular realm, it's a difference when it comes to morale or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, if you want to make an impact, you have to have an extreme punishment. So you know what that extreme punishment is going to end up doing? It's going to make people start having more self-awareness. Who they sleep with, what they do in their beds. Yes, now they're going to start taking it more serious, as they should have been doing.
I mean, on third degree murder. However, no, I don't think women that got abortions or had IUDs should go to jail, because I think that they have been deceived by mass culture and mass propaganda. Secondly, the people who should go to jail are the abortionists, who are the ones that have been putting the abortion pill, the ones that have been doing procedures, the ones that have been going into the third trimester and breaking babies' backs and inserting them with syringes while the babies are suffocating, being born alive, and then being dead on the operating table. Okay. That is who should go to jail.
Oh.
That's actually the best point somebody made.
We'll have to talk about
I know.
Okay, whenever I'm talking about this discussion, I always go to the question of what about in the case of the mother when her life is in danger? Because I'm a big believer. I don't know. I'm still iffy on if I think it's or if it's murder or not. But even so, I mean, I don't want to say murder is justified. Guys, wait, let me just get this one point and then you can vote me out. Give me 1 second. Say the mother gets pregnant and she knows that if she gives birth, she's going to die. She has some kind of health complication. Then what do you do in that case?
Section.
I don't know what that means.
It's a C-section. They do an insert.
Guys, wait, hold on. Just give me one second.
They go right below the belly button and they deliver the baby. And after she doesn't have to give birth, it's technically birth, but it's much safer. So that's actually safer than an abortion procedure.
They didn't even give her a chance. Anywho, so a lot of people like to use the life of the mother as a way to justify abortion. But understand, a C-section is obviously another option that they can go to still save the mother and save the baby. But guess what? That is what medical professionals are already trained to do. Medical professionals are trained to save both lives. The only time they have to put one life above the other is whoever has a higher chance of surviving. Notice it doesn't go based off of, okay, is it the mother or is it the child? Because there can be complications to where the mother's already on her way out, but the baby is still, healthy. The baby still has a good chance of surviving. So then what they would then do is they would prioritize the baby over the mother. But anywho, even in moments when you have pregnancies, whatever the case may be, where, let's say, for example, the egg hatches on outside of the fallopian tube or any other complication like that, at that point is not considered an abortion because the pregnancy was never going to be viable in the first place. I'm going to stop it here and maybe go on to another question. But the first topic was abortion should be illegal and is murder. And the answer is yes. But if you disagree, if you do disagree, can I please get some real thought-provoking answers and or questions? Because I'm tired of the brain rot. I'm tired of people saying I'm tired of people acting like the baby is not a human or not, it's a different species. Like, let's be for real. I'm sorry to throw you under the bus like this, but you only atheists or non-religious people come to idiotic conclusions like this. Obviously, there are atheists that are very intellectually honest, that they do acknowledge that, you know, you are aborting a baby. They do acknowledge that you are ending a life. But majority, I'm pretty sure everybody other than the Catholic girl, probably either non-religious or non-theist in general. But you only see atheists come up with some idiotic stuff like this. Only atheists come up with not being able to define what a woman is and all this other crap. I don't know, man. Yeah, atheists. Back in the days, you had what? Richard Dawkins, you had Stephen Hawkins, you had all these bright atheists, and now you new atheists, y'all need to step it up. Y'all making the old atheists look bad. But that's it. Y'all boys like, comment, subscribe, and see y'all on the next video, man.